Oh boy, this one's gonna be a little bit hard to do. Another review here. This is gonna be actually kind of special for everybody and me. This is my first knife, actually. Hard to believe, isn't it? And you'll see what it is when I take it out. It's gone through a lot with me, and you'll see that it has some, dents and chips and all that stuff. But it is my first knife, and I still love it dearly, and can't really give it up. It is the Top Steel Eagle 11A, as you'll see, in the Tanto version. Excellent knife. I just love this because the sawback works really well, and micarta handles are just really well done, as you can see here. I just love this knife. You can see it has some coating loss, and the edge itself is wicked sharp. I did break the tip off of it, but again, this was a Tanto point, and I took a pretty big chunk out of it. One thing I have to mention is that Tanto points are made for tip prying, which is what I was doing, and I'm kind of, abusive with my knives because I expect them to perform. But this thing, Tantos aren't made to be, I guess, as I said, tip pryers. They're made to be tip stabbers. And I have to say that this thing had some of the best penetration out of any knife that I've seen. It can easily go through more than 3/4 an inch of solid plywood. Just go zip right through. And yeah, the knife is pretty big, but the Tanto point was just extremely pointy. And very cool knife. I love it. It's 1095 carbon steel. And it is made by Rowan Knives, if you guys don't know that. Rowan Knives is also makes rat cutlery, and you know that they do a pretty good job with their heat treatment and micarta handles and liners and all that stuff. This again has gone through a lot with me. This was my first knife. I've pried a lot of stuff like oak chunks out, and the sawback works really well too. But I just love this knife. It's really comfortable to hold. Kind of works perfectly. Pretty decent chopper. It's a little bit fat and thick, as you can see. It's 1/4 inch thick, and it is saber ground. And blade profile itself it's comparable to a folder. Let me grab something to show you just the blade profile and how thin it is. Let's see. I've got my Griptilian. Yeah, you can see that. Profile wise, it's like it's barely wider than a Griptilian, and the grind starts at the same angle, so you can expect it to be a fairly obtuse grind. Other than that, it's really cool. I still love it. You got holes for lashing to the spear. I've done it before. It works pretty well. You got notches in your jimping. Jimping works really well. I actually don't use it, and one thing I have to mention, the jimping here kind of kills your hands when you're using it. And also with gloves, it's really abrasive, because when you're chopping, the handle moves forward, and it's really painful. It's a cool knife. I wouldn't say it's a pretty decent performer. As far as 1095 goes, I like it a lot. It holds an edge pretty well, sharpens very, 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 very quickly. This thing also gave me my worst cut, which gave me 3 stitches on this thumb right here. Not gonna tell you how that happened, because well, I guess I could. What happened is that I paracord wrapped this thing, and it obviously, the Velcro here is only made specifically to cover this handle, so when I had it, it has a slight friction fit, but other than that, it can still fall out. And what happened is that I had this on my back, and as I was taking it out, the knife slipped out, and sort of my immediate reaction was to catch something, as most of our instinct is to catch a falling object. Unfortunately, this happened to be a knife, so it gave me a pretty deep cut right here. I got 3 stitches, healed in 7 days, much quicker than those little cuts, which is quite rather nice. But I've learned to, if the knife is gonna stay in the sheath, keep it in the sheath. So took the paracord right off, and I guess this is now a kind of sort of artifact for me. I still sort of carry it, at times. It's still a good knife. I might get it cleaned up a bit, but as a first knife, what can you do? So sheath itself is really nice, molded compatible, actual 550 paracord. And this was just I guess, I don't know where I got this. I just randomly found it in my closet, and it's I guess a medic strap for one, a medical pack, military medical pack. So it works. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the review.